What is going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the I Formation Podcast here with Ben Hall, my guy, LaRon McClain. We're back every week now that the NFL season is getting closer. We'll probably be doing some live videos once the regular season starts on Twitter. But for now, we're back to YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that, and all of our social medias. But before we get started, how you doing today, LaRon?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. Maintaining, like always, trying to stay cool in this summer heat. You know what I'm saying? Summer heat, man. Glad to be back on this week. Talking this NFL, man. NFL contact. Love to be back on. You know what I'm saying? Remember, man, to follow us on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Affirmation Podcast. Man, we bring y'all heat every week. Like you said, we'll be live on Twitter when the season start. Man, I'm just excited for the season start, man. But there's a lot of big news going on in the NFL this week, man. A lot of big news.
Yeah, we'll start with the Miami Dolphins. The NFL notified the Miami Dolphins on Tuesday that the team will be stripped of its 2023 first round pick, among other disciplinary measures for violations of league policies relating to the integrity of the game. Following a 6-month investigation, the league found the Dolphins team owner, Stephen Ross, and vice chairman, Bruce Beal, violated the anti tampering policy on 3 occasions from 2019 to 2022 in conversations with quarterback Tom Brady and the agent for then New Orleans Saints coach Sean Payton. They lost the first round pick. They also lost the third round pick. And Ross was fined $1.5 million and suspended through October 17th. Oh, this is a big story. The NFL also found no evidence that the team intentionally lost the games in 2019 season when Flores, posted his with his lawsuit, which I guess it's kind of hard to find that evidence. They just told him to lose games. So I
Mm-hmm.
still I fully believe that they told him to lose games as well. But the Dolphins are in a bad situation now. Losing a first round pick it's an incredible loss for your team. And then on top of that, you lose a third round pick the next year, which we see a lot of third round picks turn out very well. So the NFL is kind of showing they're not playing. And on top of all of it, you didn't get Tom Brady and you didn't get Sean Payton. So it's just a cherry on top, a cherry on top with the consequences you had to pay for basically what you did, and nothing really came in your favor of it.
Man, it's like with the Miami Dolphins, man. They've been having a bad rep ever since Flores came out with the lawsuit. You know what I'm saying, on them. Just say how he wasn't talking about the players of Miami, just talking about how it goes on upstairs. And players have came out and talked about Ross, you know what I'm saying, about what type of owner he is and all that. So I think this puts like the nail in the coffin, you know what I'm saying, with
Yeah.
them finding all this stuff out about them. Is ain't no telling what else is, you know what I'm saying, underneath the stuff that they didn't even put out, you know what I'm saying? Cause I know it's more. I know it's
Yes.
more stuff with everything that Ross doing. He talking to Sean Payne, trying to get Sean Payne to his team while he has a coach. Like that's disrespectful to Flores. You got a young quarterback. Tom came available. Everybody, you know what I'm saying, uh, everybody drooling and everything, trying to get Tom to their thing. He tampered with that. He just didn't care. Like he just didn't care the integrity of the league. I know to be an owner, you gotta have morals and you know what I'm saying, standards and some kind of procedures going on with that. But he broke every last one of them, just trying to make his team better. Now, like you said, he's without a first round pick in 2023. I don't know what he's gonna do with that, especially if they have a bad season. They probably can add on, with the guys that's coming out, you know what I'm saying, next year. The guys that's coming out next year, that probably could have helped them out with their first round pick. So, but that's gone now. So I think they're gonna try to go all in, pretty much this year trying to win. So, you know what I'm saying, that pick doesn't matter. But Ross is a bad guy, 1.5 million fine. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's more. I think it's more going on. They said, like you said, man, the tanking thing one came up, but it's easy to go up there and just tell a coach, hey, we need to lose these last 4 games so we can try to get Burrow or try to get, you know what I'm saying, Lawrence, or try to get a top quarterback that's coming out. So, man, Miami is down bad for Miami right now. I know the players down there are probably embarrassed. You know what I'm saying, that
Yeah.
you got to put that uniform on this year and represent an owner like that. My guy, I can't think of his name right now, but he told y'all about Flores told y'all about him, and a player told y'all about Ross, just what type of man that he is. He tried to bring back that race, and try to start that race initiative thing. That was just a cover up. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That guy don't care. That guy only cares about making money and,
his money.
doing what he can, to be that type of owner. And it sucks for the players that they had to play under that this year.
Yeah, fully agree. And it'll be interesting to see kind of if anything else comes out. I just think we're going to see so much within, we kind of talked before this episode. We're going to see so much come out with owners over the next year, I believe, with basically guys throwing each other under the bus because they don't want to get in trouble. And all of them are going to be in some type of trouble. Of course, you have a couple of good owners, but for the most part, the league owners are about themselves, about their money, and could really care less about their players slash coaching staffs. Like that's just how it is. If you're winning for them, they like you. If you're struggling a little bit, they're ready to move on quick because that's not making them losing isn't making them too much money. But to move on now to the Deshaun Watson scenario, Deshaun Watson was traded to the Cleveland Browns for 6 picks, and the Browns committed to a fully guaranteed $230 million contract upon trading for him. Now he was just suspended 6 games, which in my opinion is not enough, but we'll see. The NFL could still appeal. I don't think they will. I'm not sure though. I think the NFL just wants this to go away. Whatever they can do to get this out of the way is fine with them. And it's also kind of ironic that the Browns don't really have too tough a schedule for the first 6 games. But
Yeah.
those first 6 games he will miss at Panthers, at home versus Jets, at home versus Steelers, at the Falcons, at home versus the Chargers, and then at home versus the Patriots. His first game back will be on October 23rd when the Browns travel to Baltimore. What is your opinion on it? He's faced civil lawsuits from 24 different women accusing him of sexual assault or misconduct, and this, like we kind of talked about it a little bit before. I don't want to speak on something I don't know, so I'm not just going to come out and
Yeah.
kind of go right at something because I can't say the women are lying. I can't say Deshaun Watson's lying because I don't know enough, but it just kind of is odd to me that there are that many women. One, he had, we talked about this before, 66 different massage therapists during a year and a half of that time, which to me is just bizarre on his end. And I don't think that you can say 24 women are lying. I think Watson is in the wrong somewhere here, and I think 6 games is just nowhere near enough. But like I said, I can't fully speak on it because I don't know all the details
Yeah.
and everything about it.
Man, it's to me, man, I think it's weird. I just think it's crazy, kind of weird, what I'm saying? Not to, like you said, not to just talk about it because we really don't like know the ins and out, but just how everything went. Him wanting out of Houston, then then the stuff coming out, then him sitting out a whole year, not want to play for Houston, just saying he want to get out of Houston, get away like he was running from something. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And all of that stuff comes out, and 66 massage therapists in a year. I know when I was in the NFL, and I know older guys, I played with Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, Derek Mason, all them guys like that. They probably had one massage therapist.
Yeah.
Like, what I'm saying? The same person working on you every time because they know how you like it, what I'm saying?
Yep.
Not informed like that, but know how you like what I'm saying, to get your massage of deep tissue, so however you want to do it. But I think they really, what I'm saying, really need to look into that. Like that's kind of that's like, as for, I was a ball player, not to speak on, what I'm saying, Deshaun Watson and everything, though he probably a great guy. What I'm saying? I never met him. Probably a great guy, what I'm saying, probably great in the community, do all this thing. I'm glad that he settled them cases outside of court, what I'm saying, with them young ladies, what I'm saying, and salute to them, what I'm saying. They the one that had to go through this mess with them.
Yeah.
I'm saying. But I think they need to really like check that out. Like, what I'm saying? Like that's kind of weird to me. I've been with some greats, man, and them guys, I remember I was in San Diego, man. We had the same guy working, we had the same guy working on us all year.
Yep.
Tequila Spice, Antonio Gates. We used to fly him in the games so he could work on us before the games and everything. Like, we wanted the same guy. Like, people usually don't change massage therapists, what I'm saying, like that. I hate
66 times.
Yeah, man. Then giving them 6 games, you know what I'm saying? Like some people say it's a slap in the face, you know what I'm saying? With other guys like really gambling, you know what I'm saying, getting a
Yeah.
whole year and other people getting, you know what I'm saying, more games for, you know what I'm saying, other stuff they didn't did. And, you know, it's crazy. It's just how the NFL is the shield. These is 32 multi-billionaires, you know what I'm saying, running their organizations. You know what I'm saying? Cleveland, everybody already at Cleveland neck for giving Deshaun Watson that big contract and it's fully guaranteed. So
Yeah.
like all their quarterbacks gonna go off. You know what I'm saying? That guy got that and set out a whole year. And that's just like Kyler Murray did it. He got 20, he got 230.5, even though he only got 160 million guaranteed, you know, he still got the point five, you know what I'm saying, more than Deshaun. You know what I'm saying? Just setting the bar high. So I can imagine what Lamar's talking about, you know what I'm saying, going to be. So they're mad at the Browns. So they would have loved for the guy to get more than 6 games. It's crazy that he opened up against Lamar Jackson when he come back. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how good the Browns going to be this year. You know, I know in the future they probably be better. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to keep their nucleus together, keep their main players together. But this year, you know, I just think I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. It's just him being off a year and him having to come in and trying to, you know what I'm saying, turn the organization around. I know what I'm saying. I know he's good, but he's not no, you know, Superman, you know what I'm saying? And to me right now, he's not Lamar right now. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Lamar got the film, got the practice, got everything in, and I'm gonna compare him to him because they're in the same division. So it just depends on where they be after these 6 games, you know, 3-3, 4-2, you know what I'm saying? 1-5, you know what I'm saying? You never know, you know what I'm saying? Because they said got a few teams that not pretty good, like from last year, but the teams that they're playing have beefed up, got
Yeah.
better players. And you know, any given Sunday, man, anything can happen, man. But
Yes.
you know, they 6 games, they gave me 6 games. The NFLPA came out, said they're not gonna appeal it. They don't think the NFL should either. Because I think if they do, they're gonna sue.
Yeah.
Okay, they give them more games, they're going to sue. So I think the NFLPA already knew what type of, you know what I'm saying, wording was going down in the decision. And then it's in the CBA that he violated a few rules, but didn't violate them like that because they only gave him 6 games. You know what I'm saying? People wanted them suspended indefinitely for a year. I know some owners did because they're mad that, you know what I'm saying, they got to get it. I know why Robert Kraft came out because in 2 years you're gonna be able to play Mac Jones that type of money, or you had
Yeah.
to find or you gonna have to find another Mac Jones. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
for that organization, you got to pay about 220 million. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, for your quarterback. So I understand why you came out Robert Kraft and mad and says a slap in the face to the league. You know what I'm saying, and ain't no telling, man. I don't know. You know, Jared Jones been quiet. I don't think he said anything about it yet. But you know, he got his quarterback. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? He locked in. You know what I'm saying? Most people just like you said. I think the NFL really just want this to get away and tuck it under the rug so they could get the season started, so they could worry about the Hall of Fame game that comes. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? So I just think they just trying to get this NFL season started. They got the 6 games. We're gonna hear about it in the media probably this week. And you know, first man, they was talking about it on every show. Like
Yes.
my lady was like, man, I had to turn that off because like you had it on since Get Up this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Then soon the first take came on, that was the first thing. Then soon as Sports Center came on, that was the first thing. You know, so I know people getting tired of hearing it now. You know, no disrespect to the women, but no disrespect to the women. I'm glad he settled out of court. You know what I'm saying, with them other ladies, give them what they deserve. But if I could tell them one thing from man to man, this ain't got nothing to do with football. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Bruh, chill out, man.
Yeah.
Like, find you one massage therapist and do what you got to do, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you put out bad, bro, bad stuff come back to you. I think
Yep.
you need to just, you know what I'm saying, walk a straight line now, bro, because you really got, you know what I'm saying, off with this. With that many women coming out in this day and age in
Yep.
2022, you know what I'm saying? You was, you know what I'm saying? I just real say it, you was lucky, boss. Like you
Yeah.
had some good representation and again you had money. And you had money. You had
Exactly.
money to do it. Because if you was one of these guys, QB3 or down the line players, man, like they probably would have, probably would have got rid of you, man. You're not playing no more in this league. You can't do what you do. So, boss, chill out, man. Chill out,
Yeah.
chill out, buddy.
For real. For real.
Hey,
But
let me tell you about this. Let me tell you about this real quick before we get started. Let me tell you about this story that I read yesterday in the news. So, Mike Zimmer came out from the Minnesota Vikings.
yeah.
He came out talking about how his relationship with Kirk Cousins was not good. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? His last
Yeah.
year in Minnesota. And he said he remember the week before Kirk Cousins didn't play good. He said he ripped into Kirk Cousins ass, like just ripped into him. You know how the coach do. You're not
Yeah.
playing whatever. So the next game, I forgot who they was playing. I don't think it was the Panthers or whatever they were playing. Kirk Cousins come out, do his thing, ball, and Minnesota about to kick the game-winning field goal.
That's against the
So
Lions, I think.
yeah,
A
the
line
Lions. Okay,
Lions,
the
yeah.
Lions. So they kick the field goal. They
Shove.
make it.
He
They
shoves
said
it.
Kirk Cousins jumps in Mike Zimmer's face
Yeah.
and say, "Do you how you like that? Do you like that? I just saved your effing job." You know what I'm saying? Like shook him like, how do you like that? I just saved your effing job. Told Zimmer that to his face after they kicked the field goal and like ran off. Zimmer said like from that point on, like he did not like Kirk Cousins
Yeah.
and then like so you can see how that season went. How you got
Yeah.
to have a coach and a quarterback on the same page, and they're not going to get rid of Kirk because Kirk contract is fully guaranteed. Also,
Yep.
I know they got like a 3-year, $60-some million, but that's still a lot of money. You know what I'm saying to give to a player. So they got rid of Zimmer. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Zimmer out of there, and Kirk's still there chilling. So I know that pissed Zimmer off. You know what I'm saying? Big time, man. But Kirk Cousins got cocky, man.
Yeah, I saw that video. It's funny you brought that up because I saw that video on Twitter yesterday, and I was watching it, and like you can see Kirk Cousins get hyped up after the win and kind of I don't know if he shoved him or got in his face or
Yeah,
whatever. But Zimmer like they had somebody holding Zimmer back because he was so angry. Zimmer was like
he
pointing at him
was
like pissed. He was
he,
fuming.
he was so mad. They said that Zimmer was so heated that he said, "How you like that? I just saved your effing job." Like, what? You just saved my job? Like, man, like crazy. And like Kirk got had that. So when I think these players starting to understand like their power and
Yeah.
understand like, Kirk was one of the first to get his contract like fully guaranteed. I know it wasn't big as Deshaun, but he had one of them like 3 years, 65 million, fully guaranteed contracts. Like he wasn't no stipulations in, like he will get that whole thing. And he been making some money since he been in there, man. But to do that to a coach, you know what I'm saying, on a level like Mike Zimmer, man, that's crazy. Mike Zimmer is ready to fight. So I saw him
Yeah.
quote that in like a magazine or something like that interview that he had. So that's crazy, man. That was crazy.
No, that's insane. But jumping into some other quarterbacks. So for today, we've decided we'll rank I guess we'll go top 5 quarterbacks in the AFC, just the
AFC.
AFC alone. Um but I'll give how can we do this? I say how about we do 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, 4-4, 5-5, or do you just want to do straight 5 each?
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Let go. Yeah, let go five. Let go five from the least to
5.
the best. Yeah,
Yeah.
least to the
Okay.
best.
Okay. Who? All right, I'll go. Uh, I'll go. Oh, this is tough. I'll go
Yeah,
Burrow 5.
it is.
I'll go Burrow 5. Um, he was insane last year. He led them to the Super Bowl, almost won it. Was just a few plays short. But a lot of people have kind of compared him to early on Tom Brady. Burrow. But a
Yeah,
big thing for me, and the big reason, if Burrow's a couple other quarterbacks in a couple other quarterbacks' shoes, I think I give him, maybe 3-2, just still behind Mahomes. But Burrow had a very good situation last year. It was extremely impressive to see, the kind of improvements that he made from his rookie season. Then he tore his ACL and all that. But a big thing for Burrow, I think, is the offensive line. If Burrow is very good at making guys miss, so if the offensive line can just give him just a few seconds to kind of make a decision, he'll find Chase. He'll find one of those guys down the field, Higgins, any of those guys really, and make a play. So I would give Burrow 5 just because I think I just don't think he's better than the other 4 guys I have ahead of him.
Okay. My number 5 is Herbert. I like Justin Herbert at number 5 with the Chargers. You know what I'm saying? Guy came in, big arm, doing his thing. They put the weapons around him, got him a defense now so he can
Yeah.
so the defense could get him on the field more, with that pass rush. So I'm gonna go with Herbert with number 5.
Okay. That's my number 4. Herbert is 4.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Herbert. Trying to think. 3. Yeah, I guess I'll put Watson at 6. Watson's out of my top 5. But I'll go Herbert at 4. I think NFL Rookie of the Year. He had a great first season, and the first season really started on a weird terms because, they punctured. What's his name had his lung punctured. Um, Tyrod Taylor had his
Yeah.
lung punctured, and
Yeah.
Herbert didn't even know he was going to start, and then all of a sudden Herbert gets told right before the game, you're the starting quarterback, and then Herbert goes out and balls and really wins the starting job, which was incredible for him. And then
Yeah.
last season he has a great season. He was second in the NFL in passing yards with 5,014 and third in touchdown passes with 38. So if he could come out and most of those games last year, it was like 38-33 if they lost or stuff like that. So if the defense can come out and just make plays, keep Herbert off the field for so long, I think we might see his stats go down a little bit just because he'll be off the field for longer.
Yeah.
But I think he'll win more games and MVPs win. Like every year, whoever wins MVP is a winner. So I think if Herbert's defense can keep him off the field a little bit, I think Herbert could win MVP this year. And I think Herbert makes the playoffs.
Okay. My number 4, I went with Burrow. Burrow, you know what I'm saying? Burrow with the high flying offense, you know what I'm saying, with Chase and like you said, Higgins and Mixon and all them guys over there. I think Burrow's a good quarterback, solid quarterback. You keep him upright. They try to address it, you know what I'm saying, the O-line, you know what I'm saying? He's in a tough division. The AFC North always tough. You know what I'm saying? Having to play the Browns twice, Ravens twice, and Pittsburgh. So, so I got Burrow at number 4, you know what I'm saying, just the way that he came in, you know what I'm saying, and did, and you know what I'm saying, doing this thing. I almost put another quarterback at 4, and I was gonna keep Burrow out. Not no disrespect to Burrow. I know he got to the Super Bowl, but just as an event wise, a new quarterback that's added to the, you know what I'm saying, AFC. But I'm gonna go with Burrow at 4.
Okay. Now I'll go Lamar at 3. I feel like, I mean, like I feel like we're always talking about Lamar in here just because I feel like we need to defend him because of the clowns on TV. But
Yeah.
I just feel like people like truly do not watch film on Lamar. Like the people who say he cannot throw, he can't be a quarterback, they just don't watch film. It's more like people, it's like the Twitter people, like they see one bad throw or hears like see him run and he's a running back and he can't he
Yeah.
can't play quarterback. It's just clown behavior. Lamar is the man. Lamar is a great quarterback, and I think this year he's going to show the NFL he is still him. He is the guy. He won MVP 2 years ago, or 3 years ago now. I think he could return to it this year. He's one of my favorites to win MVP. Uh, and last year with a banged up Ravens squad before he got hurt, had them at the number 1 seed in the AFC. He's going to get paid good at some point by the Ravens. A lot of people are worried. The Ravens are going to pay him. This is a quarterback who is a franchise quarterback. He's the best quarterback the Ravens have had in a long time, and I think he will end up being the best quarterback in Ravens franchise history when it's all said and done. I think Lamar gets paid soon, and I think he's the 3rd best quarterback just behind Josh Allen for number 2. But like I said, I'll go Lamar with number 3.
All right, so crazy, man. Like we got. I think we picked the same quarterback, but rearranged the numbers. My number 3, nothing. With the stripper Tyreek Hill out there, I got Patty Mahomes at number 3. Just with the new additions that he have on his team, I like Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against anybody that came out of knowledge in there. This is just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And about his first read and all that and all that. The guy came out and said they try to
Yeah.
spoil summer with that statement by him and Lamar. But I got Patty Mahomes at number 3. Him losing Tyreek Hill is a big loss. There ain't too many guys you can throw a 5-yard slant to here, take it 78, for a touchdown. And he doesn't have that this year. So I feel like he's going to be, a little big in the back in the shell, trying to look for Kelsey a lot. I feel like they double Kelsey and just let them other guys feel like if they want to win, they can win. But I feel like I'm gonna put Patty Mahomes at number 3.
Oh, that's a little bit of a shocker. I could see, I mean, I could see why you dropped him off. And I think this year is so important, like for fans to see, okay, Tyreek Hill, what is he without Mahomes, and Mahomes, what is he without Tyreek Hill? I think the first few weeks, like the NFL, it's going to be like I really have no idea. I think it'll be interesting to see. Will guys like Juju Smith and Marquez Valdez-Scantling,
Yeah.
like can Mahomes turn them into star receivers? It'll be interesting to see. But for number 2, I have Josh Allen. Josh Allen took a huge step forward last year, and 2 years ago, like when we started to see Josh Allen's numbers improve, who did he get? Stephon Diggs. He got a true number 1 receiver, and that
Yeah.
is so important for quarterbacks. If you want your franchise quarterback to be great, you have to go out and get him somebody. You got to get him a number 1 receiver. And that's what the Ravens, I think, have lacked. I don't think Hollywood's a true number 1. I think he's very good. He can make some plays, but I don't think he's a true number 1. And I think Bateman is the guy. They drafted him last year. It's been noted not many receivers want to play in
Yeah.
Baltimore because of the run first. But if you go out and draft a guy like Bateman, I think Bateman will be your guy. But to Josh Allen, threw for 4,407 yards last year, 36 touchdowns, and now has the Bills as one of the Super Bowl favorites. He's so close, and it's not even, I can't even blame it on him. Like, his defense is just so close
Yeah.
to winning a playoff game twice, and they fell just short. I think he goes to the AFC Championship game this year. It'll be interesting to see what the outcome is, but I think he goes to the AFC Championship game. I'm not sure against who, but this season I think we could see him in the AFC Championship game, and very well he could win a Super Bowl this year in his 4th season or 5th season in the NFL. I got Josh Allen at number 2, right behind Mahomes, but like I said, I just think Allen is too good. He's
Yeah.
too good to be left out of the AFC Championship game again this year.
All right, my number 2 is Lamar. I like not saying no bias or anything. I put Lamar number 2 just because of what he did after going into last year, how people doubted him and did this, and he had the team number 1 in the AFC before he got hurt. And after he got hurt, you could see how the team went down. Like we didn't even make the playoffs. Like it was rough, you know what I'm saying? It was rough without Lamar. So I think that
Yep.
that big key factor to his team, and if he was playing, bro, it would have been a different AFC. It'd been a few of them games would have been different, even though we was in some of them games. Like I
Right.
know we probably would have beat the Packers because he probably would have
Yep.
took off. They probably would have called another play than that play to the tight end at the pylon. You know what I'm saying? They probably would have ran a run pass option for him. So that's how dynamic he is. A guy
Yep.
that's coming back bigger, stronger, bigger
Yeah.
arm. Like you said, Bateman at the number 1. I hope Bateman can step it up this year. He's gonna have to step it up this year. With Brown going, you're gonna have to be the number 1. It's not if he's gonna be the number 1. You have to be the number
Yep.
1 this year. You have to be a dynamic receiver for them. They paid them. They went out and got you. So it's time to show up. Your quarterback's gonna be you're working with your quarterback right now. You're gonna be working with him the entire, training camp. And when the season starts, you got to put it on the grass or on the turf, as in the bank. Got to put it on the turf, man, and make plays. You know what I'm saying, for the Ravens. Got to come into the number 1. You already know what Inmate could do, Mark Andrews could do.
Mm-hmm.
And probably got to get another guy, another target. You know what I'm saying, for him. So glad J.K. coming back. You know what I'm saying, Gus still rehabbing, doing his thing. You know what I'm saying, get them few guys back on defense so they could get the ball in Lamar's hands more. And shout out to Greg Roman. You still there for a reason. Call them plays for Lamar. Let's get this thing rolling for the Ravens, man, and try to get this thing turned around, man. I got Lamar, you know what I'm saying, at number 2.
So now, number 1, I just could not, like, I cannot go against it. And like I said before, like this season with Tyreek Hill gone, and Mahomes and Tyreek Hill broken up, I think we're going to see one of the two is going to have a decrease in numbers. I think it's going to be Tyreek Hill, but like it's just going to be interesting to see. Like I don't see both of them sprouting without each other. One of the two, I think, is just going to take a step back. But just Mahomes, the way he wins, like he's a winner. He makes incredible throws, makes incredible plays. Since taking over as a starting quarterback in 2018, Kansas City leads the NFL in total offense and scoring offense. Losing a player like Tyreek Hill could have hurt that, but Mahomes is your quarterback. He's done everything. He's been elite since taking over, won a Super Bowl, been to the AFC Championship a ton of times. He's been him since taking over a starting quarterback job there. And I think the Chiefs really know what they're doing when like for example, when he was drafted, they drafted him 10th, 11th. You take him and you give him a whole year to learn. You don't play him. You play him, I guess, in blowouts and stuff like that, but you do not force him out there in his early season. And I think some teams will start doing that. You know, Jordan Love in Green Bay. It's been a different situation there just because Aaron Rodgers is now re-signed, and I don't think Love's future will be in Green Bay. But guys like Trey Lance didn't play at all last year. They said he struggled reading defenses, struggled a little bit with playbooks. But this year, it's already been announced he's a starting quarterback. So we could see if maybe Trey Lance has a Patrick Mahomes type explosion in an offense. And he's got some weapons there. Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, guys like that. So I think the Chiefs did very well by kind of grooming Patrick Mahomes into what he is. But Patrick Mahomes is just unstoppable. And the one team in the league, in my opinion, you do not want to play. There's one major team. It's the Chiefs. Every year when you play the Chiefs in the playoffs, you're like, oh, we got our hands full. So I just think Patrick Mahomes is the guy, and I just can't move him from number one until, you know, Josh Allen, Lamar, Herbert, or Burrow, one of those guys kind of overtake that. You know, last year Burrow beat Mahomes, but I still got Mahomes over him just because I think that was a 1 year thing. It'll be interesting to see, but I think it'll be another year before I move Mahomes out of number one.
Okay, my number one is Josh Allen. You know, saying grew up a Buffalo Bills fan, man. As a youngster, you know, saying in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I did Thurman Thomas, Jim Kelly days, Frank Wright, got Andrew Reed. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the Bills are, you know what I'm saying, on the cusp, like you just said, man. They're very close to it. You know what I'm saying? I think they'll host they probably host the AFC Championship probably in Buffalo this year against a, you know what I'm saying, dynamic. Ain't no telling. There's so many teams that could come out the AFC, but I know Buffalo Bills with their additions and everything they have going on with Josh Allen, great quarterback like that. I think they're going to be hosting the AFC Championship this year. That's why I got them number one. They wanted 2 plays away. Well, like you said, they won it last year. Defense, make a few plays, get up in the people's face, don't let them release. You know what I'm saying, downfield like that. I don't know what the coach was thinking, but I think Josh Allen take him over the Ram this year, try to get him to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Out of the AFC, they got a top quarterback, big quarterback, running quarterback, throwing quarterback, read defensive quarterback, do everything in you know what I'm saying, everything in a bucket. And got some targets over there that he could get it to. So I'm looking forward to the season. I think Josh Allen takes the Rams for me at number one, man, at number one. But I had I had like a 5A and a 5B because I had to throw like Russ. You got Russ, man. You got Russ in the AFC now. Carr got a nice offense with the Raiders.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The coach that added on, you know what I'm saying, Matt Ryan into the AFC, you know what I'm saying, with that running game that they have, tough offensive line, solid defense. You know what I'm saying? The Titans, after losing Derek for all them weeks, still was number one in the AFC. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So that goes shout out to Vrabel, you know what I'm saying, and they defense. So we just forgot about the Titans, but I'm not going to put Tannehill in my top 5. That's what lost them the playoffs last year, just his play. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it depends, man. You know, every like you said in the first episode we had the Jets. You know what I'm saying? They hyped up with all the picks that they have. Miami with that fast-paced offense. You know what I'm saying? The Patriots gonna be the Patriots. They ain't got no offensive defensive coordinator, but I guess they gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
Ain't no telling other New England. I hate them. I wouldn't want to play for them, man. They crazy up there,
It's
man.
ugly. It's just like it is. It's just like I don't know. I feel like it's like a 1920s team in in 2022. Like they like their guys. They like the kind of cheap. I don't like. I don't even know how to explain it. The Patriots are just
Yeah,
odd. Like they're old fashioned, and it worked with Brady because you had Brady, but like it
yeah,
ain't working anymore. Like
yeah.
the biggest thing with the Patriots always sticks out to me was last year when they beat the Bills and Mac Jones threw what, two passes, three
Blue
passes?
pass.
Yeah, like they just handed the ball out. Like that's just Belichick. Belichick, it's his way. Like he's not
Yeah,
shy to tell you he's going how he's doing, and he's won too much for somebody to tell him off. So that's just the way they go. I just can't I can't like it. But now going into today, I guess next episode we'll do NFC, but today we're gonna do AFC standings and where we have teams. And with 7 teams making the playoffs, we'll do our top 7. But I guess we can do kind of the same way we did for quarterbacks. We'll go 7-1, and we'll kind of each go through all 7 teams, and we'll go through that. So I'll start with my last team making the wild card, the 7th team. I'm going with the Las Vegas Raiders. They made the playoffs last year and were this close to taking that game to overtime with Burrow, and kind of, the whole playoffs would have been different if they would have won that game. But going out and getting Devontae Adams changes everything.
yep.
When you lost Henry Ruggs to that tough situation, you kind of lost a big time receiver. But all of a sudden, this offseason, you go and get Derek Carr's best friend in Devontae Adams, and Devontae Adams is just such a high playmaker, best receiver in the league in my opinion, and really just kind of changes the team that much. The AFC is so tough, so I honestly could see them finishing anywhere from 7-3, but I gotta go with them at 7 just because I feel like their defense just has to kind of come on with it and change some things. But that offense is just gonna be way too tough to stop.
Man, my 17, it's so crazy pick. My 17 is also the Raiders. I think the Raiders gonna get in. They just in such a tough division.
Yeah,
Somebody has to be the 6th or the 7th, what I'm saying, team, what I'm saying, with them in it. So I got the Raiders as well at number 7. What I'm saying, coming out that dynamic offense, man. I can't wait to see it. What I'm saying, just see how they
yeah.
move up and down the field, man. So I got Raiders at number 7 too.
For number 6, I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals. It's kind of, I don't know, like I'm just so big on them being last year's big kind of one hit wonder. I think they're still decent and they're still make the playoffs, but I don't see them returning to the Super Bowl anytime soon. Um, their defense, the Jesse Bates situation is big for their defense. They went out
Yeah,
and got Dax Hill in the draft, but taking away that type of safety, just him being on the field kind of changes the way quarterbacks approach that defense. So I'm going with them at 6. I think a healthy Ravens is the best team in the AFC North. It's probably a little biased, but at the same time, it's just on paper, I think the Ravens have the best team in the AFC North. So I think the Bengals win 9 to 10 games and get in the wild card. But I just don't see them winning the AFC North this year.
gotcha, man. That's a. I want our fans to get crazy on me right here, but I got the Ravens at number 6. With everything, Ravens are going to be a playoff team this year.
Yeah,
Uh, it's just the division is so tough. I know they probably sweep Pittsburgh, but the Bengals Browns, what I'm saying, is a toss up to me. Just they probably split or however it go. I know Lamar's gonna play magnificent, but I got the Ravens at number 6, making the playoffs, getting in the playoffs again, getting this thing rolling. If we gotta go on the road, we can do it on the road.
yeah. Damn. All right. Well, that's a little bit of a shocker to me.
Yeah.
But I can see it. I'll have to see what the other 5 teams are before I comment. But
Okay.
to go to 5, I'm going with the Chargers. That that Chargers team is just so revamped.
I got the Chargers 2 at 5, boss. That's crazy.
Yeah, like
I got the Chargers 2 at 5.
the biggest thing to me was getting Herbert help defensively. Herbert's going to score you points. You're going to score 30 plus a game with Herbert at quarterback. He's just that good. He's that, that team's so pass heavy. You have Eckler, you have Keenan Allen, you have the receiver, Mike Williams, who you just signed to a big contract. So I think adding Khalil Mack, getting Derwin James back healthy, the defense is just improved that much. Yeah, Jason. Yes.
Jason Jackson. So
that secondary is incredible. I think if it weren't for the Chiefs, I would have them winning the AFC West, but I still have the Chargers making the playoffs this year.
Yeah, got the Chargers, man. I was gonna be a toss up between the Broncos. Broncos lost Tim Patrick yesterday to a torn ACL that caught him off the field. So that's a big blow to their offense. I know they still got other weapons, but I just don't think there's gonna be enough weapons, to get over that strong AFC West with, the Raiders and the Chiefs in it, the Chargers. So I think the Broncos gonna be on the outside looking in, and I got the Chargers at number 5 as well.
Going to number 4, the first of the 4 division winners. I'm going with the Colts. Getting Matt Ryan is incredible for them. It's the Titans are out. Tannehill is trash. You trade AJ Brown, who was your guy. You don't have Julio Jones anymore. The Titans are out. Vrabel, I think, is too. How do I word it? I think Vrabel is too kind of. I don't know, stern, I guess. I don't know. I just think they kind of sold out with getting rid of AJ Brown. Losing him is going to hurt them big time. And the Colts, I think the Colts take that step forward in the division. Last year, they were my big team to make the playoffs. And if they could have shown up week 18, they would have done it. But I think adding Matt Ryan, you get a way better quarterback than Carson Wentz. Jonathan Taylor is going to emerge as the best running back in the NFL this year. And Michael Pittman is the guy. I just think the Colts are one in the AFC South, so they're my fourth seed in my opinion.
Okay, man, it's crazy, man. My 4th seed, I hate to do this to you, man, but it's the Titans, man. I got the Titans, man. I know Ryan Tannehill made some bad plays. He made some bad plays in the playoffs, but we still have King Henry, what I'm saying? And just the way that they did it without King Henry last year and still was the number 1 seed over the Chiefs, over the big time Chiefs and all that. I just feel like Vrabel's going to have them together. You know what I'm saying? He understands what's in the division now, the Colts, with Matt Ryan and everything. It was a toss-up between them two, but I had to go with King Henry, the big boss, the 2K rusher, the stiff arm, the DB bruiser. I had to go on with the Titans for the 4th seed, man. Titans for the 4th seed. I ain't got coach making it. Cause I think Matt Ryan go Matt Ryan.
Okay, I mean, Matt Ryan is.
I feel that a little bit. I don't know about Matt. Matt did his thing in Atlanta, but a lot of that was, makeup yards. I wish he would have got that Super Bowl. I know they add, more. I probably got to wait till like after week 4 to see how they roll and, with that offense. Because I know the play action going to be huge for them, the outside zone. They fake the outside zone, him set up, hit their receivers downfield. So, it's going to be interesting, man. But I just can't take nobody over King Henry right now winning the AFC South. They didn't ran it the last few years, and I feel like they're going to do it again.
Okay, well, before we go to number 3, let me ask you, just to kind of get a little bit of a debate going. Right now, I guess, just kind of basing it off of a generic NFL offense. Who are you taking at quarterback, Matt Ryan or Ryan Tannehill? Because in my opinion, I'm taking Matt Ryan 10 times out of 10 times, but they kind of got a little bit different skill set. Tannehill is a little bit more mobile, can make more plays on the run, but Ryan is a 10 times better passer, in my opinion. And I also think if you give them both the same offense, Matt Ryan is getting more out of that offense. But I'll let you kind of say who you think before I kind of give my opinion.
Yeah, well, I take. I mean, if it comes down to that right there, I have to take Matt. I think Matt with Derrick Henry probably would be ridiculous. So with that running game, his arm, but just what he has right now, I think Tannehill could get the job done. Tannehill, the reason why I can't give him up Tannehill because he got it done without Henry last year, and they got the number one seed. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason I'm putting Tannehill up there, because they did it without Henry. Now I understand if they didn't have Henry and they just tanked and, you know what I'm saying, didn't get the number one seed, probably got a wild card or something, I'd be like, they just held on, you know, but they maintained and, you know what I'm saying, did their thing and still got the number one seed. So, you know, a few passes here and there, they ran into them big bad Bengals who was hot at the same time, and, you know what I'm saying, lost that game. You know, so but I'll take I gotta put, you know what I'm saying, the Titans before them. But I will take Matt Ryan. If it came down just, hey, I need to pick a quarterback, I'll take Matt Ryan, just, you know what I'm saying, because his arm and his you know what I'm saying, what he's been doing in the league.
Yeah, I agree. I would take Ryan over Tannehill, but I don't know. Like, I just think Tannehill's kind of MO and his kind of, like, no disrespect. You know, I got my quarterback, so I always hate on Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson,
Yeah.
but I think Tannehill's in that boat too. Tannehill is just kind of a get me over quarterback. Like, he's just kind of, yeah, we're gonna maybe make the wild card this season. Kind of, I'll get you to the playoffs, but I'm not gonna win anything. Derrick Henry is too good to kind of waste, and I think Tannehill is kind of a waste quarterback. Like, imagine Derrick Henry with Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, a quarterback who is a threat running against you. I just think Henry is that much better. But yeah, I just think Matt Ryan 10 times out of the week, or 7 days out of the week, I would take him, just because I don't think Tannehill has the tools passing over Ryan. But now moving on to
Number
the
three.
number 3, I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens. I think it's biased. It definitely is. I'm a Ravens fan, and kind of, I mean, you can't really bring bias into this, but I also just kind of look at it from an outsider's perspective. The Ravens are getting healthy, and the Ravens improved defensively. The Ravens secondary was their weakest point last year, and you add Humphrey back healthy, Peters back healthy. You went out and got Kyle Hamilton in this for the safety position, and then you bring in Fuller. So I think the Ravens got better in every aspect of the defensive side of the ball. Uh, I can't take the Bengals over them, just because I think healthy. If you take both teams fully healthy, I think the Ravens win that. So I'm going with the Ravens.
All right, my third, man, it's okay. We interacting with that. Man, Bengals. I got the Bengals. Big bad Joe, Chase. Like that combination is crazy. When them guys was out there, when Humphrey, nothing against my Ravens, I'm just gonna make a little fact. When Humphrey was out there versus Chase, he went for over 200 on them. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it depends on how them safeties play. But 1-on-1 with Chase is crazy out there, especially the way that Joe get the ball out. I feel like if the Ravens get that pad rush going and get onto that weak O line that Cincinnati got, it'll be a different story. But right now, Joe in that offense, you know what I'm saying, Zach Taylor, you know what I'm saying, the way that he's doing his thing over there with the team, I feel like they're gonna probably repeat, probably get the AFC North again, you know what I'm saying, and you know, going to win the thing. You know what I'm saying? Gonna be between them and the Ravens. It's gonna be a bet. That's why I said it's gonna, them two games that they play against each other is gonna be crucial. So we'll figure out, you know what I'm saying, mano and mano, who win that game. But number 3, I got the Bengals.
Yeah, and a big thing for me, like, if Wink Martindale, the Ravens defensive coordinator last year, was coming back, I would kind of be tossed up. Like, I'm just so high on Mike McDonald, the defensive coordinator they're bringing in from Michigan, and I think, like, Humphrey 1-on-1 against Chase was just atrocious. Like, that was the game where it came out like Humphrey's having a down year. It like, that game literally just. I mean, he struggled in every game he really played in.
I was at that game.
Yeah, me too. He just got
Yeah.
torched, missed tackles.
Yeah.
The slant route, you missed the tackle, and then you're laying on the ground. Chase is gone for 75. I think McDonald throws some. The big thing last year, for Wink Martindale, was the blitz and the man coverage, and kind of the one-on-ones. I think McDonald's going to throw some different zone schemes at teams this year and kind of try to switch it up, get safeties more involved. I think he's going to have some more 3 safety. I think he's going to go kind of less risks than, because Martindale was the big risk guy. He would 0 blitz on 4th and 7, which was just bizarre, and kind of hope you get to the quarterback quick. The Ravens, as much as he blitzed, the Ravens just didn't have enough sacks to kind of show for it. I didn't understand it. It didn't make sense, but McDonald will be more conservative, but also more kind of, I think, heady in terms of his play calling from the defensive side of the ball. I think Martindale would more risky, and it didn't work out really for the Ravens last year. He also had, for his secondary, guys who were not playing in the NFL when the season started. So kind of tough for him. But to move on to the number 2 team, then the Kansas City Chiefs are my number 2 team. I think I think it's too hard to kind of move them out of there, but to place them at number 1, I got the Bills, but we'll talk about that in a second. I think Mahomes
we got the same for the last. Yeah, we got the same for the Chiefs and the Bills.
Yeah. So to talk about the Chiefs, I just think Mahomes is great. I think Mahomes is going to make Valdez-Scantling and kind of McCole Hardman, Juju Smith, Travis Kelce. I think he gets back to that success, and I think he finishes right around the 12 to 14 win mark, and kind of gets them in. They win the division. It's a top division though, but they win the division and finish just 1 game behind the Bills for number 1 spot.
And I got the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs winning because of Patty Mahomes and he's doing his thing. But I still have a question mark about their defense. You know what I'm saying? Their defense, I feel like their defense not compared up to what the Broncos have, what the Raiders have, what the Chiefs have. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said it's gonna be interesting. We putting a lot on Patrick Mahomes back to score 50 points a game. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a wild shootout, just like it was last year in a few games. So. But you just can't go against a guy until somebody derail him. Dude did it last year with Joe, but gonna have to happen again this year because they are coming. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, man, our number 1 is the Buffalo Bills.
Yep. Yeah, I'll let you talk first because I've talked to the other ones. I'll give you the Bills first.
Okay, man. The Bills, like I said, grew up a Buffalo Bills fan, man. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, man. That defense alone, the way that they play together. You know what I'm saying? The 2 safeties that got were higher than my other cat. Then, they got White back this year at corner. You know what I'm saying? So that they got 3 solid, you know what I'm saying, DBs in their secondary with a great front 7 that gets after the passer a little bit. And you got Josh Allen on offense, a guy that could do everything, throw the ball, run the ball, you know what I'm saying, big time quarterback. So I just feel like they're gonna come out the AFC. I feel like it's their time. This is gonna be the year. They gotta get over that hump, you know what I'm saying, in these teams, you know what I'm saying, and win them games in the playoffs, you know what I'm saying, get to the AFC Championship, host that AFC Championship in Buffalo for the fans, man, for everybody. I remember them years when they went to the Super Bowl 3 times in a row and lost. It's time to, like, you know what I'm saying, break that curse. So I got the Bills big time winning the AFC.
Yeah, I got the Bills winning the AFC as well. And I just think Josh Allen is finally ready to kind of, I feel like he's been ready the past 2 years. It's kind of unfair to him with that way it worked out in overtime and Mahomes kind of going down the field and winning. And kind of the defense, like last year is just, I remember getting on the phone with you after the game and just being like, what just happened? The 11 seconds, Travis Kelce coming down the field, them kicking a field goal to send to overtime. And I still remember them putting the camera on Allen on the sideline, him just kind of trying to keep that poker face like locked in, but he's just like sitting there like, what is going on? So I think
to the point, look, check that out real quick. To the point they had to change the rules.
Yes. Like
it's the OT rule.
Yeah, it's just that crazy. I can't take him, or I can't take the Chiefs over them just because I think the Chiefs got lucky last year. I think they got lucky and kind of the Bills have the better defense. If you look at who is a better defense between the Chiefs and the Bills, I have to go with the Bills. And the offense is really not that different. And without Tyreek Hill, it is going to be so interesting to see what the Chiefs are compared to the Bills. I think Stephon Diggs goes out and kills it this year. He's the number one. He shows that. And I think Josh Allen wins the division. I think Josh Allen just straight up goes out and wins the division easy and kind of has a somewhere from 14 to 15 wins. I think 15 is a stretch, but I think it can happen. 15-2. They got a tough schedule, but I think he's too good, and that defense is just too good to kind of keep them out of the one spot. I just am so locked in on them this season.
Facts, man. It's gonna be interesting, man, because like you said, man, a lot of teams and just the AFC West alone, man, just the offenses in that division, the defenses, AFC South, Colts and the Titans battling out because we know the Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars gonna be the Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? AFC North got Lamar back for the full season. Deshaun over there, the Browns know he's suspended the first 6 games. Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin leadership, win the season, see how he gonna do without Big Ben this year. AFC East, Belichick up there, the Patriots, we ain't even talking about them. They don't want to name nobody offensive coordinator, defense coordinator, because they want to have excuses at the end of the year. To me, the Jets, bringing on that Jets having using them picks. Like, people was trying to understand why they was getting rid of so many people, but they got picks, not had picks, got some great defensive players, great offensive additions to the team. Miami adding Tyreek Hill, that fast team up in the vertical pass game. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting, man, because it might be a Cinderella team pop up out of here, what I'm saying, to be the one, like the Bengals came on last year. So, it's a crazy, you know how the NFL is, man. Any given Sunday, even any given Thursday, any given Sunday night, Monday night, you know what I'm saying? It just depends. It just depends on the game. It depends on the floor of the game and how it's gonna go, man. But like you said, we got the Bills coming out. I can't wait to see the AFC North go at it, man. Like them offenses, like the Chargers versus the Raiders, like now, what I'm saying, with J.C. Jackson on Adams and they whoever they got on in their secondary for the Raiders against Keenan Allen and Mike.
Yeah.
And, Mahomes still doing his thing running around. And the Broncos, I know Tim Patrick just got hurt, 80 got hurt, but still got Judy and a few more offensive weapons they got with the Broncos. And you got Russ. Let Russ cook. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So it's gonna be interesting, man. Trevor Lawrence coming up. Not to talk bad about the Jets, but Trevor Lawrence getting into his groove at Jacksonville. I don't know what the hell the Texans gonna do.
Dumpster fire.
Dumpster juice, man. I don't know what they're gonna do, but that's probably the only team. Them and probably just them and probably Pittsburgh. I just don't know. I just don't see Pittsburgh like without Big Ben. I just don't know. I know they still got Najee, probably running about 50 times a game. But I just know one team, the Texans. They probably get the first round pick next year. Other than
I fully agree.
Unless a team from the NFC like the Detroit or somebody like that, what I'm saying, be bad. But we're gonna talk about the NFC in the next show, and all that. But you saw that Debo finally got his extension.
Yeah.
3 years, $73.5 million. You know what I'm saying? Plus
good running back.
Then he got running back. He got running back incentives also. So if he play running back, get yards, touchdowns, he get more money. So that's as he should, man. Debo, you know what I'm saying? About time they paid him. He said the reason why everything changed because the communication, you know what I'm saying, they got different. They didn't want to lose him, man, because they were that close. They was that close from beating the Rams last year. So, and we're gonna talk about probably like that in the next show, the NFC team, because it's some heat over there also.
Yes, it is. But real quick before we end for the next probably 10 to 15 minutes, to jump into kind of a few like kind of bold predictions / hot takes for the season. First, I want to talk about for the AFC on the fence of the playoffs for me it was the Raiders, Titans, Dolphins, Broncos. So for you, I guess it would be the Raiders, Colts, Dolphins, Broncos, and the Browns as well in there. I would have to put like between that. So for you, I guess it would be Raiders, Colts, Dolphins, Broncos, Browns. And for me, it's the Raiders, Titans, Dolphins, Broncos, Browns. Who would you rate atop of that list? So you got Raiders, Titans,
Okay.
Dolphins, Browns, Broncos. I'm going to say I put the Raiders into the playoffs, so I would kind of cancel them off of the list. Between the Browns, Titans, Dolphins, and Broncos, that's a tight race for the kind of final spot in the
Yeah.
playoffs. Like that's why I think the AFC is such a toss-up this year, and I think one of those teams could emerge into the playoffs and kind of prove me wrong. But I would
Yeah.
have to go with Watson fully. I would see that's why next year I think the Browns get in the playoffs, but this year I just don't see it because Watson I think is going to
Yeah.
take a year. I think I would have to go with the Titans. So I think the Titans are the last team to miss it. But also I could see the Dolphins being that team kind of Tua taking off with Tyreek Hill and kind of proving everybody wrong. I would I think the Broncos miss.
The Lambo and the Ferrari down there
Yeah.
with Tua arm, and they got more said at running back, and
Yeah.
Gesicki tight end. You know what I'm saying? So he had some weapons this year. I would have said Miami. You know what I'm saying, Miami. But like you said, I just want people to understand. You know, I understand Watson had all this stuff going on with everything he had going on. We ain't gonna get back into that
Yeah.
the weirdness of that.
Yeah.
But when that man is at full throttle, he is a problem.
Yeah.
Watson
Yeah.
is a problem. He
Different.
running that ball. He ain't even know like the runner like Lamar. He runs it. He go get down. He runs it. He go get out of bounds. But has a big arm to break
Yep.
tackle and to go along with you know what I'm saying that running game that the Browns have with Chubbs. You know what I'm saying over there. You know they gonna make some noise. Though I said so. It depends on how they do for him in them first 6 games that he gone. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they could get a 4-2. You know what I'm saying? Even
Mhm.
even 3-3 is good. You know, even the 3-3 is good. So he can like finish it out. But they go 1 and something, you know what I'm saying? 2 and 4, probably even 2 and 4. He probably could really climb from out of that. You know what I'm saying? But him having that year off, they're gonna need to have like a positive record, you know what I'm saying, for him. You know, but that man, that full throttle, the year before he set out, he led the league, you know what I'm saying, in passing. And I think passing touch. I know it was a lot of, you know what I'm saying, crazy yards at the end of the game, but he
Yeah.
did that. You know what I'm saying? He did what he had to do, like throwing the ball in the NFL is not, you know what I'm saying, not easy. You know what I'm saying? He beat out everybody, you know. So
Yep.
I think the Browns, like you said, if not this year, I know next year they're gonna make some noise. You know, hopefully Lamar's still on the team that we pay him.
Yep.
That'd be a fool. That'd be a fool, man.
If they don't, the city will come down.
Man, what? That's the man. They gonna burn the bank down, bro. They'll pay that man. And I think I think he gonna stop contract negotiations just like Flacco did that year. Flacco stopped him, and Flacco went
Yeah.
on and won a Super Bowl. And
Yep.
they still paying Flacco probably.
Yep.
They probably still
Literally.
paying Flacco. So hope it all goes, you know what I'm saying, well for Lamar in this contract negotiation. That's why I said I wish he had like a mediator in there so he could just focus on
Yeah.
football and let them folks talk to them about his stuff, man. So he can just focus on, you know what I'm saying, the game. But, you know, starting next week, we'll see what's going on. I don't know if he's gonna play the first preseason game or how they're gonna do that. But
Yeah.
like we'll see it, man. We got football back, man. Tomorrow, first game of the year, man. Hall of Fame game, man. How you feeling about that?
See, I'm just like I think I'm just gonna sit down and just kind of sit in front of the TV and watch. Like just football is back. Like it's just so exciting but like the Jaguars announced Herbert and ETN aren't playing, and I just want to see ETN on an NFL football field. Uh
Lawrence. Is that Lawrence?
Yeah. My bad.
I got
My
you.
bad.
Yeah, you
Um
good.
yeah, Lawrence and ETN are on a football field together. You know, I want to see both of them kind of play together again, because last year when they drafted ETN, it was like, why are they drafting a running back when they had James Robinson coming off of what he had done? But I think ETN and Lawrence together is a true weapon, and we saw that in college. But ETN is going to be hurt. He's coming off an injury. So I think Lawrence takes a step forward this year, but I just would have loved to see them play kind of
Yeah.
together in this first game. But it's understandable, they got to play an extra preseason game, and they kind of want to give them a slow build up to it. So we won't see both of them tomorrow, but it'll still be exciting to see some rookies play. And I'm not sure if their first overall pick will play. he's a first pick, so you don't want to kind of force it, but at the same time, it's like everybody kind of wants to see him. You made a big decision to take him over Aiden Hutchinson. So Trayvon Walker he's your number one pick, and kind of you have big hopes, but that's kind of like a high ceiling, high risk pick. I think
Yeah,
you go with him and you take him in terms of not performance because his performance at Georgia wasn't the best. If you were going for performance, you would have taken Aiden Hutchinson, but
yep.
kind of you hope Trayvon Walker turns into that edge rusher that everybody's terrified of, and playing against him, it's a big risk. But like I said, I think Aiden Hutchinson would have been the better pick, but Trayvon Walker I think has a higher ceiling.
Yeah, probably higher ceiling, but like I just feel like for the hip work and the hip work to get around them tackles and
Yeah,
to dominate, probably got to see it. I would probably with Hutchinson also. The guy is already said pass rusher, like said like Watt brother and
yeah,
in Pittsburgh, saying they remind me of each other, saying. Then he go get bigger. I know my guys go get bigger and stronger, saying, with the NFL and everything, the way that he trains. So it's gonna be interesting, man. I'm just glad that it's back. 2022 season, saying, kicking off, man. Got everybody healthy, got
yeah,
new quarterbacks with new teams, new expectations, So I remember when we started this last year and like picked our teams and I think I had the Chargers or the Browns or something
yeah,
like going deep, you know what I'm
yep,
saying? And like it's crazy that the Bengals came out of it,
yep,
versus the Rams, you know what I'm saying? I don't think we was picking around. I think we were both picking probably the Bucks, you know what I'm saying? And they messed
yeah,
around in off time in the playoffs. So
and the
like I said,
Packers too. I think I took the Packers.
yeah, any given Sunday, and look at the game they played against San Fran, and I said San Fran and Jimmy G did their thing, man. It's crazy. We're gonna talk about probably this in the next show, but they gave they gave they gave Trey Lance the team, man. So Jimmy G, they trying to trade Jimmy G. I think a lot of teams would love to have Jimmy G. You know what I'm saying? He's a winner, 30, I think 37-13, you know what I'm saying, with his starts. You know what I'm saying? He's a winner. Got him to the Super Bowl, went to the Super Bowl with him. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Had that game won if it weren't for Patty Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? And got him back to the NFC Championship again by being, what I'm saying, Aaron Rodgers again. You know what I'm
yep,
saying? So I just feel like the guy's a great quarterback. The odds are against him when you got a young gunner like Trey Lance. I just pray that Trey Lance does his thing like Shanahan think he's gonna do, you know what I'm saying, for the team. So that's gonna be interesting this year. That's why I said we're gonna have to probably tap back into that on another episode, saying talking about Trey, you know what I'm saying, how he doing
yeah,
this season. So but man, it's gonna be a good one, man. That and we just the excitement of it. We just talked about the AFC. We ain't even got into the NFC yet.
yeah,
Like you know
literally.
what I'm saying. So we can already feel the energy. You know what I'm saying, how it's gonna be this year on that gridiron.
Yeah, fully agree. And now with the last like 5 minutes of the show, I guess we'll go real quick. So now shout out to Sports Illustrated for this list they made of some kind of bold takes slash hot takes. But we'll kind of jump in. I guess before the season we could jump into a few every week because they have 100 of them. So we'll do 4 or 5 today. But now the first one kind of go off of true or false. The Browns will win fewer than 10 games this season.
Ooh, ooh,
I'll
ooh.
say true.
True. I think 10 is their number. 9 or 10 is their number. I think,
Okay.
what I'm saying, for them this year. Just cause how everything's going. Dude missing 6 games. If he would started the whole season, I probably would have said false. They probably win a little bit more just with his ability and that running game, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, and that defense and that pass rush. So I think less than
Tyreek
10.
Hill, Tyreek Hill will have a career low yards per reception this year. I'll say true. But a big thing that in Kansas City that he did was, they got him the ball and he ran with it. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
think that's what they're gonna do in
yeah.
Miami. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think per reception, I would say a little bit lower than in his career previously, but I don't think it'll be that big of a difference. But I think it'll be just a little bit less than what he's done in Kansas City.
You say you think that's true? That he's gonna have less?
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
false because just of
Okay.
I'm just looking in their division
Yeah.
Just the corners. They don't have J.C. Jackson at the Patriots. I know they're getting White back from an injury. You know what I'm saying, with the Bills. You know what I'm saying,
Hmm.
that injury. You know, so all that. Then the Jets got the young bull. You know what I'm saying, Gardner from Cincinnati. So I just feel like if he go in them division games, I feel like he's gonna cut up. You know what I'm saying? Them going up top, they probably had to double them, that open up Waddle. So they're gonna have to do something about him. I think he's gonna have a lot of, you know what I'm saying, yak yards. Because I think they're gonna be trying to prove that Tua got it, because it's Tua year. Tua
Yeah.
has to do something this year, or they're gonna be looking to, if Tom Brady leave the Bucks, they're gonna trying to get him or get Jimmy G down there in Miami. You know what I'm saying? Get somebody down there that can, give him the ball deep.
Yep. Another one. So I know we're not talking too much about the NFC today, but real quickly, one of the big takes, which kind of because of the news that came out lately, the 49ers, Brandon Ayuk, will make the Pro Bowl and will have his first 1,000-yard season. I'm gonna go true. That's kind of bizarre and like when you hear it, you're like no chance. But
That
the
that's me. That's me. I'm
yeah,
like no chance. I'm like no
yeah.
chance.
But the big reason I'm saying this, like the other day at practice, he got in a big fight with Fred Warner. And I just kind of love seeing the fire there. Like, he's ready to go. Last season, there were times where it was like he's gonna get traded. He had weeks where he had one catch for 13 yards. But
Yeah.
with all the attention on Debo and teams doubling Debo, trying to shut Debo down, it's got to be the year for Brandon Ayuk. Like he has to take that step forward. And 1,000 yards is a lot, but it just wouldn't shock me with all the attention going to Debo Samuel.
Yeah, I think it's false. I think it's false that he gonna have less. I know a lot of attention gonna be going to Debo, but they're
Yeah.
gonna have to do Debo justice. I probably got to see it in the first. I probably had to come back to this question probably like after like week 6 or 8, just to
Yeah.
see. I know the guy's dynamic. The guy's he can make plays, man. It's just a big question mark about Trey Lance to me. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
about Trey Lance. I feel like I think they should have, with them giving him the team like right now, right before training camp started. I think they were just trying to calm down all the, animosity, just give him the team and everything. I feel like they should have let them guys battle it out, let
Yep.
them battle it out in camp and see who, wins it. You know what I'm saying? But I hate that for Jimmy G. But man, next man up. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do. So I got to see Trey Lance in his element.
So now two more. One is it's kind of an interesting one. Actually, you know what? No, I'll save that for next week. That's a
Okay.
question. That's a Daniel Snyder one. So we'll do that. We'll do that for the NFC day. Um, but let me see. Oh, this is a good one. Justin Herbert will win MVP this season. I'm going false. I think this is Lamar's year. Bias.
Yeah.
But if it's not Lamar, I think it's Josh Allen. So I will go false on Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I'm a false on Justin Herbert too, man. Like you said, Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? My front runner for it, just the way that they run their offense, or the way they put the ball in his hand, and Lamar also, the way that they run their offense and the way that
Yeah.
they put the ball in his hand. Them guys, what I'm saying, a little bit more dynamic. Herbert just throwing the ball, but them guys over there, they running, throwing, make spectacular plays doing that thing. Even though Herbert makes some spectacular throws, you know what I'm saying? He's
Mm-hmm.
not the like those two guys. So yeah, I'm gonna put false on that. And I'm gonna be 100. I think Carr is gonna have a better season than Herbert in the AFC West.
Oh, that's our own hot take. That's one. Oh, I mean, yeah, I see it. I think Carr is underrated, and I
Yep.
think Carr is just so football like. He's just kind of in that good like that's your. He's the kind of has the mindset you want out of your quarterback. Like he's
Yep.
just so he's just a. I think he's just a good human being, honestly, and I think he's kind of so focused on winning and what's best. And now that he got his best friend with him, I could see that. I could definitely see that
Yeah,
playing with his
man.
best friend now.
Yeah, playing with his best friend, man. Got Renthro in the slot.
Yep.
He got Waller on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Josh Jacobs in the backfield. Like it's they're gonna be nice. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yep.
you double him. Rent. He already done showed you what he could do in the slot. Then you got Waller for the seams and corners and
Yep.
anything you want to do. And I can imagine like the offense. You know what I'm saying? And Carr just love football,
Yep.
loves the win. You can tell he loves the Raiders. Like you want a quarterback like that. Just and then
Yeah.
after, like, imagine all of this. You know what I'm saying? We probably had a show after this. Imagine all of this and Ruggs was still there.
I know.
Man, Ruggs. Oh man, salute the Ruggs. Hope you're doing better and everything, bro. You know,
Yeah.
but man, like that's that's wild. So that's why I think Carr gonna surprise a lot of people in the AFC West. I think he go have, you know what I'm saying, better yards than Herbert and Russell, to be honest. And Russell, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, with Patty Mahomes is a toss up. You know,
Yeah.
Patty be doing his thing.
Yeah. But now the last take of the show, we'll finish on this right here. Juju Smith will have his best season since 2018. So that means he'll post more than 850 receiving yards. And now that he's not Tyreek Hill, but he's a very good option for Mahomes, and he'll be their number one. I think it'll be like kind of like a 1A, 1B, 1C with
Yeah,
McCole Hardman and Marquez Valdez-Scantling. But I think Juju Smith is the best receiver out of the three. So I say yes. I think Juju goes over if he stays healthy. I think
yeah.
Juju goes over 1,000 yards.
I agree with you. If he stay healthy, man, I think he go over 1,000 yards. Just the way that they run their offense, like he can have eight to 10 catches a game. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? The way that he runs routes, the way that he is. I know he's not Tyreek Hill, but the way he could get open, and then he could take it the distance too. You know what I'm saying? You give him a little leeway. You know what I'm saying? So I feel
Yep.
like if he stay healthy, man, I think my guy gonna have more than 850. Just the way that they run their offense. Then you got, you know, the gunslinger, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. You know what I'm saying? Probably the best quarterback in the league that create plays. You know what I'm saying? When the pocket breaks down. So I think he's gonna surprise a lot of people this year.
Yeah. Fully agree. But now that is it for our season 2, episode 2. Um, we are, we were supposed to get a guest on today. Some stuff could be good news, very, very good news for him. But we could get him on maybe next week. We'll kind of figure that out. But I would expect for us to have some guests on very soon. But until the season starts, we're hoping to get some on. But once the season starts, it'll be a little bit more difficult. So I would expect much more NFL kind of season content once that starts. But before then, just kind of more stuff like this, standings, predictions, bold takes, stuff like that, and maybe hopefully, some guests on. But that is it for this episode, and I'll let LeBron finish it how he always does.
Man, appreciate y'all being always. Appreciate you,
Yes,
boss,
sir.
doing the thing today. You know, shout out to all our viewers and everything.
Yep.
Everybody that's followed us, man. We're gonna have some giveaways coming up. You know what I'm saying? When the
Yeah.
season starts. You know, man, like I said, follow us on all platforms, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Click the like button, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Share a few things for us, man. Put it on your reels, put it on your TikTok, do whatever you got to do, you know what I'm saying, to help us out, man. We appreciate it. We got the gear coming. Y'all see us rocking it today. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? The t-shirts, man. Probably had these in white and black.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to the KBF Foundation. You know what I'm saying? My guy B. Briley up there in Baltimore, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Always giving us love, showing us love. But hey, man, stay locked in, man. It's just episode 2. Y'all know we run that heat today. You know what I'm saying? Breaking it down. You know what I'm saying? Episode 2, man. I just want to, and like for me, I know from being, man, we just want to say we appreciate y'all, man. Thank God
Yeah.
for all the viewers. Thank God for all the support. You know what I'm saying? Everything that we're doing. Which I know what it is, baby. I form, baby.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir.